Hey crafty friend, it's me, Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft, my world stands still. Today we're going to make some BetterPress products and play around. I'm going to use some tags here, and then we'll make a card at the end with some watercoloring. So stick around, look out for your favorite project, and then let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. To start off, I'm going to secure a little bit of a tag to my BetterPress clear plate and get that all settled and situated. And then I have this really pretty BetterPress plate that is kind of a poinsettia bouquet. I'm going to go ahead and use some black Memento ink. I chose to use this one because I originally wanted to Copic color on this tag, but turns out I like the way it looks just as it is. So I guess I could have used BetterPress ink, but I didn't, and I guess it's just another way to show that you can use other inks besides the BetterPress inks on the BetterPress plates. So we're going to go ahead and do another tag, but I didn't want these two to look identical, even though I probably would not give the same tag to the same person, but that's all right. And then you saw in the beginning the 3 wax seals. So I have 2 of them here in this video, and then one of them I actually used on a Pajama Crafter Stamps project that will be posted later this month to my Instagram. So stick around for that. Because the Memento ink is water based, I guess, it was able to be washed off with some water, so that was a very easy peasy cleanup for that first press. Now for the second one, I'm going to, sorry, I have some noisy neighbors today. I'm going to use the BetterPress ink called Thunder, which is a dark gray. So we'll just give that a little press. I thought, we'll just adjust it a tiny bit, move it down, and roll it through. I have my 8.5 inch platinum on the side that is perfect for pressing. And ta-da, that looks fabulous. Oh, and that other wax seal, you can see it kind of matches the poinsettia feel. So I thought that that looked cute on there. And then I have that Joy wax seal, if you can see on the top right. That was with the Blue Smoke color. It's a new wax seal color, and I really like that color. It has kind of a metallic look to it, and it's just gorgeous. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and use some watercolor paper. This one that I'm using is from Spellbinders. To get the best press and get a very deep indentation, I always use the BetterPress paper, but you can use a different paper like the watercolor paper and get a good press even though it's not as deep. But this will work perfectly for my Tim Holtz watercolor pencils that I am going to be using here in a couple of minutes. I love my watercolor pencils from Tim Holtz. They are kind of a match for the BetterPress products in my opinion. I'm going to go in with my mini black BetterPress ink and really get it nice and covered. I'm going to do the whole thing this time because this will be the star of the show on my card front. And I will run that through. Oh, that's so pretty. This would be a really nice one to batch out a whole bunch of Christmas cards with. And you can pop a wax seal on the bouquet, or you can use some of the circle sentiments that are in the set. So I am going to go ahead and batch out some of those sentiments. Since I have my press out, I always like to kind of use what's out there and what I'm working with. I might as well have it out. I might as well use it since I have it out. So I have a little bit of a scrap here, and I'm going to add my sentiments, and I'm going to put the die on my BetterPress platen very briefly. I am not going to press with that little die, but I'm just making sure that that little circle, everything is spaced out, so when I actually do die cut, I won't be cutting off any of the circle. So now I will remove the die with my tweezers and then I will add ink to all 3 sentiments. There's also sentiments that you can just press as they are. You don't need to die cut anything, so that's an option as well. I'm pretty sure I went in with black. Yep, there's the black on 2 of them, and then strawberry on the bottom. I found that the strawberry is definitely like a pinky red, but it will look great on my poinsettia card because my poinsettia ends up being a little bit of a pinky red color. But you can see there, plenty of room to die cut out all 3 circles. And with some YouTube time-lapse magic, I have them all die cut. My original plan was to have these on my tags and my card, but I ended up just liking the tags with the wax seal and not adding the sentiment. So I now have those 2 circle sentiments to use on different projects in the future. So next I'll add some ribbon to my tags. I already have these 2 bows already made, and then I have basically a little bit of a flat piece of string that's going to go with it. So what I'll do is take that flat piece and dive it in through the top and make a loop, pull tight, not too tight so the paper rips, but that gives me my first 2 knots. And then I put my bow on, use my tweezers, and just let that sit to dry. So the reason why I have those 2 flat long pieces at the top is that's what I use when I give gift bags. I will put my gift bag, assemble it all together, and then use those 2 long pieces to tie it on to a gift bag. And then for this one, I did not do the strings because I wanted you to see another option here, where on this one I could put it on a package and then just use some double-sided tape behind there and adhere it to the package. Or, like I decided now, you can add the string. You could even use the one with the string on a package if you wanted. It would just be some extra little fluff. So we'll let those sit, and we're going to get to watercoloring. So when I watercolor with my watercolor pencils from Tim Holtz, I have them all organized by color. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of red colors, so I just kind of used what I had here. And I start with my paper dry, at least I did on this one. I just simply colored all the image, and then I'm going to go in with my paintbrush and add a little bit of water. So for watercoloring tips, I have several videos on my channel about watercoloring and using Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. So if you're interested in more, check out my BetterPress playlist and you will find something to inspire you, I hope. And I have lots of tips and tricks that I've mentioned before, but my biggest tip is to practice. Even if you mess up, just practice. If you mess up, it's fine. You can try things and find workarounds, or you can try things and put them in the recycling. It's fine. Just practice. I love these pines. I think they look so fluffy, and this color that I'm using here is, I think, called Pine Needle, so it was perfect. Okay, for watercoloring and adding the water, I can use a water brush, or I can use tried and true regular paintbrush, which is what I end up doing in this video. Basically, just activating the color. I didn't do a whole lot of shading on this one because I figured, I don't know, it just kind of didn't need it, in my opinion. But there is a little bit of color distinction once the water gets on there and dries. It just, like I said, you gotta practice and see what you like and see how water moves on the paper. It all just depends on humidity, drying time, pressure of the pencil, pressure of the brush. There's a lot that goes into it, but it doesn't have to be scary. So, and it doesn't have to be messy either. You can see I just squirted some water on my glass board, and that one squirt is enough water to color in my whole image here, and I did not have to get out a big cup, worry about that spilling. And I'll just simply take a rag and wipe up that little leftover water, and it's like, I don't know, the cleanup is easy peasy. So, plus my glass board could use a wipe anyway. Okay, for this card, I'm going to finish it off by grabbing my new to me die nesting dies. So they are called the Perfect Touch Rectangles and Tags. And I love this one. I think the little texture around the edge is so cool. I do like the tag that's in the middle there. The tag, Minnesota again. Oh, anyway, I'll just run the second largest rectangle through my die cutting machine here, and I will be able to put that on to my card base. I do think my sentiment looks really good with the paper that I chose for my background layering. It just is, it's matching without being too matching. Maybe it's called coordinating. There we go. It's called coordinating. Oh, did you happen to see the little embellishments that I put on that red tag there? I forgot to mention those were wax droplets. So they were leftover wax that I had in my wax spoon. And if you would like more from me for wax sealing, I do have a whole playlist on my channel. Several, probably 10 to 15 videos of how I wax seal. And there's got to be something there to help you if you have not done it and you'd like to give it a try. I pop my sentiment up, and then I'm going to take some beautiful gold embellishments from Pink and Maine and adorn my card. 3 should do. I love embellishments that are pre-sticky. These ones were from the Daisy Days card kit. Gorgeous. Okay, remember I said to pick a favorite, so can you pick a favorite for me and let me know in the comments? That would be so fun. If you have any questions about wax sealing or watercoloring, also let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe if you have not. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.